listen, Jay, we saw him at the Senior Bowl. We watched him performing at the Senior Bowl, and we said it then. And I went and looked at some tweets. I'm like, damn, he just looked different. He looked different on the field with everybody else. And if you recall, we came on the show afterwards, Jay, when we're down there on the field. What didn't the corners want to do during Senior Bowl practices?
Oh, they didn't want to cover Tank Dell.
They didn't want to cover Tank Dell. Like, they legitimately...
They were losing money every time they were covering Tank Dell.
Did not want to do one-on-ones against Tank Dell because he was going to make them look silly. But Tank Dell is the alpha man. We talked about this on the Trinity Report. He is the guy. Another 10-target performance. Nico balled out as well, though. 7 for 65. Nico Collins was good. But Tank Dell is the real deal. And my question to you, Jay, and I hope we can move past this draft season. Let's stop with the too small to play receiver. It doesn't matter, man. Like, NFL teams don't give a damn about that. That's old, antiquated sort of thought processes. Tank Dell is a monster, Jay. Absolute dog. Monster. Damn near pushing 1,000 yards on the season, and he's missed time. So just how good is this young rookie wide receiver?
He's phenomenal. I mean, there's not much else to say. He's wide receiver 17 right now on KTC. He's ahead of Zay Flowers. So he's only behind JSN, I think, in the draft class. Or actually, Addison, wide receiver 10. My goodness. But back to Tank Dell. I think, and Ray, this is where we can talk about this on this show, maybe on other shows, about the small wide receiver. But there's the fact that he's small and was so dominant, and to see him live and in person, you really saw how good he could be if everything hit. And I think that's the big takeaway is, like, we really did see exactly how good he was. And while it wasn't against the top talent, he made them look so good, so silly that he could be really, really good at the NFL level. But the lost part in this that I don't hear talked about enough is the fact that CJ Stroud wanted him, right? Like, if CJ Stroud was going to be the dude, and we trusted that, that CJ Stroud was going to be the dude. And he said, I want that guy, right? And he told the front office, I want Tank Dell on my team. That should tell you that he's going to get the ball. And if Tank Dell delivered the way that we believed he could be valuable fantasy football. So I think that's where, you look at those narratives and you don't want to buy into them too much. But when you see them all come together, you're like, yeah, that makes a ton of sense. And maybe we shouldn't have ignored that so much. So my question for you is, where did we go wrong in the process in terms of valuation, and where do you think he should have been valued in the draft class?
Man. We in fantasy land, sometimes we lean too much on historical stuff, right? And historically, these undersized receivers, you can't be an alpha if you're not 6'3". You're not going to get the targets if you're not 6'2", 210. When the reality, today's NFL game, and I don't know if anybody out there watched the Netflix series Last Chance U, but Coach Jason Brown, and he's a very volatile figure for a variety of reasons. And if you don't know who he is, y'all got to look him up yourself. But he said, man, the NFL doesn't care about what you can do for me 5 years from now, what you can do for me 6 weeks from now. Like, what can you do for me next week? Like, what can you provide me next game? And when you've got players that can win quickly in tight spaces, separation is the name of the game. And if you can get open, you will have a role. You better be able to do something. Either you can get open quick, or I can just throw you jump balls and you catch it and score. Like, you got to be able to do something. I just think that the days of you have to be this size in order to be a requisite receiver, they're long gone. So it's not even that we went long gone. I went back and looked at my film grades. He was a top 6, top 7 receiver for me just off of tape. So it's stop looking at he's too small, they don't do this. He is little. We were right there with him. He's a little dude, and it doesn't matter because he gets open and he doesn't look little when he's dropping 10 for 149 week in and week out. So Tank Dell, awesome. So there's going to be a segment. Let's go. Would you rather Nathaniel Tank Dell edition? Who's going to be on the hot seat, me or you for this one?
Oh, you got to be on the hot seat. Right. I got the names.
Let's go. Would you rather? Let's end the show with would you rather. What we got?
Is he the number 1 wide receiver in the draft class? Number 1, is he better than Puka Nacua?
So would I rather...
It's a tough question. Tank Dell or Puka Nacua?
Very difficult
because Stafford,
question.
I don't really believe in him right now. That's the problem.
Okay. Right now, today, if I had to bet long-term on one of those 2 wide receivers being a more viable option in fantasy moving forward, the answer would be Nathaniel Tank Dell.
Because of the quarterback, right? Because of CJ Stroud.
Tied to CJ Stroud. He's already doing it. I would take Tank Dell over Puka Nacua right now from the 23 class.
Okay, so then what about Jordan Addison?
Tank Dell.
Okay, so Jalen Waddle. Because you're going up the board, not down the board.
I'd take Tank over Waddle. Yeah.
Okay, I think we've hit our ceiling because we're at Chris Olave. You're thinking about it now. Chris Olave is really good.
Let me say this. If I had Chris Olave and you sent me Tank Dell, I probably would make the trade. We would get a deal done. We would get a deal done.
Would Tank Dell in a second would get it done?
Tank Dell in a second for my Olave? Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So, so right now you would have him at wide receiver 8.5, wide receiver 8 with Chris Olave. Because you got Jets, Chase, Lamb, AJ Brown.
No. Because I don't agree with Keep Trade Cut's rankings anyway. So I don't have.
Okay, so then I'll give you some more players. Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, I want Diggs.
You're taking Tank.
I want Diggs.
I think you take Brandon Ayuk. I don't really need to talk about him too much.
Yeah, I like Ayuk. Yeah.
Metcalf. I think you're a Tank guy over Metcalf. You're not a big Metcalf guy.
Give me another name. I abstain.
Well, then there's JSN.
Tank.
Zay Flowers.
Tank.
DJ Moore.
I'll take DJ Moore over Tank. I'll take DJ Moore. I'm a big DJ Moore guy. I'm big on DJ Moore.
But then you should be trading for DJ Moore. Because I get that, but then you should be DJ Moore. You should be taking him because would you take him over Diggs?
Behind JSN, he shouldn't be behind JSN.
No, that's fair. But would you take him? You're taking him over Diggs because you said you take Diggs over Tank Dell.
Would I take DJ Moore over Diggs? No.
Okay.
No, I want Stephon Diggs.
Because you still have Smitty up there. You take him over Addison. You take DJ Moore over Waddle.
Where's Addison?
You're taking Tank over.
Where's Addison?
Wide receiver 10.
Yeah, that's crazy, Jay. Like
I'm with you.
I don't want to. This doesn't mean that I have Tank Dell's wide receiver 5 in Dynasty. I don't agree with how.
But you have them in the top 10.
That's wild.
Let's list the names though. You got Jefferson, Chase, Lamb, Brown, Amon-Ra, Tyreek, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave is a maybe, Stephon Diggs, Brandon Ayuk, and DJ Moore. So you're probably at wide receiver 11. But you're basically saying you have DJ Moore like in your top 10 as well. Which is I didn't know you had him that high.
I don't want to do this anymore because I don't know. And you're baiting me and you're going to clip this whole damn thing. I don't want to do this game anymore. I'm not even looking at Keep Trade Cut. All I know is I think DJ Moore is a lot better than what people give him credit. He's an awesome wide receiver, and we just saw that now that he got his damn quarterback back. Tank Dell is phenomenal as well. Hit the music. We about to get out of here, Jay.
Good.
Rhonda Commander said, Ray's taking his ball and going home. You damn right I am, Rhonda. I'm out of this thing. I'll see y'all on Wednesday. We out. Peace.